Hi, Divine Sparks. How are you today? It's good for us to be together again. Thank you for coming. For anybody who might be new here, thank you. And let me introduce myself. For those who don't know who I again am Catalina. I go by my spirit name, not my matrix name. And I'm happy that you're here. Well, today, um, usually I say that I'm going to be candidly getting whatever my soul family kind of brings to my mind to share with everybody. Um, but as of late, they've been talking to me for days. And so it's just been a matter of setting aside the time to actually um, do the recording. Okay, so for those of you who are very familiar with Archangel Michael, this message is, well, I guess it's a message or a topic involving him. And I believe it was at least maybe 10 years or even more so. He introduced to the world what was called the New Age Creed. Um, he's asked me to reintroduce it with a different title, Spiritual Creed. Okay? The reason for that is because there's just a lot of people who get hung up on New Age. Whether it's because they have a full understanding what it's all about, it makes them uncomfortable. Some have said it's taboo. Others have said, don't go down that path. It'll lead you off of your spiritual journey. Okay, so he is asking me today to call it Spiritual Creed. And that's because every single person who lives in this world, it can apply to you. Okay? Doesn't matter if you're spiritual, you're meditation, you're into manifestation, you're an herbalist. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're into yoga or if you're religious, if you're very faithful in your practices, going to your services and deeply learning from what the Holy Bible teaches, okay? And other religions as well. It doesn't matter. It's for everyone. Okay. So now that I got that out of the way, it's going to be 10 laws, 10 universal laws that any of us can apply to our lives. Okay? So I'm going to go right down the list. Number 1, love your Father, Mother, God with all your beingness. Love yourself unconditionally as a divine spark of the Creator. And love everyone else as you love yourself. Number 2, know that you are caretakers of the earth and all life forms that reside upon her. The nature, animal, elemental, and human kingdoms. Protect, preserve, and honor all expressions of life. Number 3, live your life with joy and with the spontaneity and the delight of a child. Endeavor to leave a legacy of love and hope. Enjoy the journey of life and strive to fulfill your earthly mission to the best of your ability. Number 4, maintain a constant attitude of gratitude and live each day as though spirit were perched upon your shoulder as an observer. Practice non-judgment and look for the good in everyone. Number 5, your goal is to return to balance in body, mind, and spirit. Polarity and duality will no longer affect you when you walk the middle path. Number 6, seek and claim your highest truth, and then live your truth with integrity. Allow others the same right. Number 7, learn and use the universal laws of manifestation, the God-given tools which will assist you to create your version of paradise on earth. Number 8, Share the wisdom you have integrated with others, first by example, then through your actions, and finally through words. Number 9, claim your divine birthright, the love, joy, peace, health, and abundance which are yours as a gift from our Father, Mother, God. And finally, number 10, each day call on your mighty I Am presence to overlight, guide, and direct you, and then listen to its inner nudgings. Call upon the mighty angel of forgiveness and the violet flame at the end of each day to balance, harmonize, and transmute any discordant energy you have projected that day, thereby rendering it harmless, which moves you beyond the laws of cause and effect and into a state of grace. So there you have it, all 10 laws. So I hope you found that very inspiring. I hope that you thought to put the captions on, and yeah, they apply for us all, and they're wonderful laws to live by. And by doing so, we uplift each other, we're kinder to each other, we understand everybody. We're really going to be present to each other if we choose from our free will to live by these laws that work for everyone. Okay? So thank you for letting me share that. I will be continuing on with a message from my soul family today. And also, I'll end it with a tarot reading. Okay? So I'll be right back. So hello again. This is the part where I'll share the message. It's not going to be too long. I had to kind of whittle it down to kind of get a feel of what it was my soul family wanted me to emphasize. And what they're basically saying is, as divine sparks, we can look at ourselves as flames or light that, yeah, they use the idea of a karmic moth, like a moth to a flame or to a light. That's the kind of energy we hold. Okay. It's kind of like a synergy, if you think about it. We need our karmic brothers and sisters to want to receive light from us, but at the same time, our karmic brothers and sisters need us to fill them with inner light to help them be uplifted through their challenging times, because their vibration and their frequency is low. Okay. And you have to see it from a spiritual point of view. You can't see it from a matrix point of view. You just can't. Think of a relationship with, say, a tree and us here as humans. We need oxygen from trees, and trees need carbon dioxide from us. And even though that relationship is important in the process, we as divine sparks, we have to protect our energy, because otherwise we can be drained easily when we have so many people needing from us. So that's where, for some, meditation, yoga, grounding yourself out in nature, drinking plenty of water, eating good, exercising, getting plenty of sleep is so vital. Okay. All right. So that's just what I wanted to say today. Thank you for listening. And now I will go on to the tarot part. All right. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And I'm going to shuffle the cards and do the tarot reading now. The first card is a Page of Wands. Second card, Eight of Wands. Four of Cups. That over there. A Tower. The Vortex. Ten of Pentacles. Two more. The Lovers. And the Queen of the Ocean. Okay, so this deck is called the Oceanic Tarot. I love it because it's about water. I just feel really called to that for certain reasons. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with what this reading is saying. So we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about communication. This one says creativity, but it's also about expressing yourself. So again, that's creativity. It can also mean things like, you know, phone calls and text messages, or you're going to receive something in the mail. Something's coming. Okay, so there's some type of a communication involved here. The second card is the Eight of Wands. That means incoming. Something is going to start having action taken. So we take the Page of Wands. It's some kind of a message, some kind of communication or expression. It's now starting to be active. Okay. The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is about, not being satisfied, being discontent. Some even say bored. So you're not okay with what might be going on in your life at the present moment, and you're looking for something different in your life. Maybe you want something more. Maybe you're tired of the way things have been, and you need to be stimulated with your mind, with your decision making. The next card is the Tower. The Tower is always about a sudden upheaval, something abrupt, something known as a disruptor. So say everything's going well in your life, things seem to be pretty smooth, and then all of a sudden something enters into your life. It could be a person, could be an event, could have to do with the message. Some kind of communication's coming to shake somebody out of their maybe complacency. And it's really going to affect this person's life. Okay, the next card is the Vortex. That would represent, in a regular tarot deck, death. And death doesn't only mean someone's transitioning or leaving the matrix. It also can mean change. It can mean transition, transmuting. But something's changing, okay? And the fact that it's a disruptor in a person's life, again, if you are that person and you are able to resonate with what is being said, this will make sense to you. Or if there's someone in your life, you know, hey, that sounds like such and such. Okay, I'm starting to figure that out. All right, I understand it better. Okay, so after the Vortex, again, that's changing, transitioning. Something's going to be different in this person's life, okay? The next card is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is all about family, lineage, ancestral connections, and coming into money, okay? A lot of people say it has to involve with receiving some windfall of money, or maybe it's an inheritance of some kind. So maybe this is connected back to a message that's going to start being active to take someone out of their complacency, cause a major disruption when they're not expecting it to. It's going to change this person's life forever, transitioning in a great way. This person, whoever this is, whether it's you or someone you know, this person is, it looks like their soul family and ancestors. It's very good. It means they're being guided somehow from their family members who no longer are in the matrix. Okay, so the next card is the Lovers, and being right next to the Ten of Pentacles, that's basically talking about life, past lifetime experiences together. And the Lovers is all about being in love. It can also be about having some kind, maybe a twin flame or soulmate relationship. Yeah. So again, this person's getting some kind of message. It's an active message. It's going to replace their complacency. It's going to disrupt their lives in a way they never saw coming. And it's going to bring about great change in whatever direction that ends up being. It is being guided by their ancestors and soul family that are no longer in the matrix. Okay, and the last card is the Queen of the Ocean, which would represent the Empress card in a regular tarot deck. And with that card, it's connected to someone who holds this energy. Again, remember, tarot reading, energy reading is all about the masculine and the feminine. So if someone embodies the Empress energy, it means they hold all four queens. And that's a great accomplishment if you're thinking in spiritual terms. Okay, so that's what this is showing so far about this particular person's journey. Okay, so the next cards I'm going to bring forth are called Starseed. Okay, and we're just going to see what comes up on top of the first cards. Let's see what they're going to say. And of course, I always invite our family of light and love energy, our soul family members, to always be with us and guiding us, keeping us safe and well learned with their great wise counsel and spiritual direction and instruction. Okay, so the first card says Hiraeth, longing for home, homesick for the stars. Okay, so homesick for the stars. The second card, the Great Severing, Mars energy. It's all about anger, conflict, and learning how to soften to love. Again, that was the same idea as I mentioned before, opening up the heart chakra. Okay, it looks like these are the messages from ancestors and soul family watching over you as well as your loved ones. Each and every one of us have family who want so much to be connected to us and to help us in our journey here inside the matrix. But we've got to get it out of our head that this is the only world that exists, because it absolutely is not. Okay, this is like the beginning steps, and just like you go through school, you start out in kindergarten, you don't jump right up to 12th grade. You literally have to pass kindergarten, first, second, third, and so on until you reach the 12th grade. It's the same in spirituality, okay? So living in the matrix forever, how many lifetimes it takes for us to have to do that, to accomplish the soul mission that we agreed to come here and do, okay? Doesn't matter how many lifetimes. When we have graduated, when we have achieved and surpassed all karmic lessons, okay, then we graduate to the next level, and that is now what is happening. Our soul family is now able to direct us, help us, guide us, and be more active, more closer to us, all right, than they have ever been allowed to do before, okay? And all they ask of us is that we open our hearts. And we might not always believe, and it's okay to question. But in the process of questioning, just don't automatically close off, shut down, start arguing that you know everything, because we don't. We're living in a matrix world, and I have said it. I've said it to my twin flame. I'll say it to you. It's a petri dish. There is so much more beyond what we have been given to live out here, okay? But you must go inside yourself. You must ask. You must knock. And that's the only way you're going to receive. That's the only way you're going to receive. You have to ask the questions. You have to do the research. All the answers are right here. Right here with us. We just have to be willing enough to invest ourselves to seek out those answers. Listen to what you're being guided inside of yourself to do. It's inside. It's in you. It's in me. Perfect. The next one, star family. They're confirming for you. And that's what I love about energy reading. It's all about connecting us back to ourselves in a spiritual way that's been so disconnected because of what we were taught, of all the teachings we just blindly trust. But when you go inside yourself, you're going to discover so many truths you didn't even know existed, okay? Star brothers. Again, the blue flame. Look that up. I can read what that says. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration, time. Star Brothers says Horus energy, the Eye of Horus. We've all heard about it. It's very important in our lives. Protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. Beautiful. The next card. Your life is a canvas. Absolutely true. Artist, manifestation, creative, accountability. We can create on our own canvas for ourselves. But we don't get those ideas. We don't get that creativity outside of ourselves. That's where we display it. It's outside of us for all others to interact with us. But it's our creation as individuals. It's our talent. As much as we respect our brothers and sisters in the world who do such an amazing job of storytelling, because that's what it is. Movies. Okay? Movies are another way of just interact or acting out a story. And that's not something that hasn't happened for centuries. That is a big deal. Okay? And as much as they act out our lives so that we sit there and we watch it and we're entertained by that, it might be inspirational. It might help us connect with our feelings. It might help us heal. You might hear a message in something that somebody is working so hard When someone has a passion, they've touched in with who they are. And not everybody is going to agree that should be the career for them. But that's okay. Tap into yourself. You know what you can do. You know the beauty of the talents within you that you're withholding. Yes, you can share in the beautiful creations others display in the world. But don't forget yourself. And again, it's only if you're working toward your higher self. No one is going to applaud somebody who goes out and robs a bank. Unless, of course, the person applauding is also got the idea to rob a bank. But that's all low vibration energy. That's not going to help anybody ascend. Somebody who is a scammer, what they do to people, especially the elderly, it's an atrocious, okay? And to claim that they do it because they have to feed their families. Come on. There are people who work their asses off to feed their families, and they do not break laws. They are not dishonest. Dishonesty is a low vibrating action and mindset. We all have free will. But we also choose to remain stagnant. Excuse me, I bumped the phone. We all remain stagnant, or we choose to ascend. Those are the choices. Okay, so the next card is deep cellular healing. Absolutely. Again, there is so much inside of us. You don't even realize how special each and every one of us truly is while living here in the matrix. And the only way you're gonna understand that and find that out is to say yes to wanting to know more. If you cut yourself off and you tell yourself, I don't want to hear it, you're talking a bunch of nonsense, I know what I've learned, and that's fine. If you're at that point and you're happy and you're content, all the more power to you. But if you're at that point and someone is sharing something new and innovative, and it sparks, it ignites, it moves you within, that is your soul family. That are your ancestors trying to wake you up and say, hey, we have more for you. And we're hoping you'll give us that chance to let you know who you really are. Okay? That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for coming again and sharing time. And I await our next time together. All right. Take care. Love and light energy to each and every one of you. Bye-bye now.